Hi, I'm Melissa Groom and I'm here today with my very special guest, Liz Clift. She's an international multi-award-winning fashion designer on the Gold Coast, Australia. Hi Liz.
Hi, how you doing, Melissa?
Good. So tell me, what is LIZ CLIFT International?
I am a multi-awarding fashion designer, but I also bring in clothing labels from Paris, Milan, New York, Istanbul, anything that is different and unique. Every label I have here, no one else in Australia has, and that's what people are looking for, a point of difference.
Yeah, and you also lecture at the Paris Academy.
I do. The Paris American Fashion Academy in France is just amazing. It's a school of fine arts. It has creative writing, art, sculpture, fashion, of course. It is one of the most amazing schools in the world, and I studied there when I was in my 20s, and I now am a guest lecturer, which is quite an honour. And on top of that, I'm their global representative.
Yeah, so your career started back when you were 17, you won an award.
I won many awards. I was self-taught, and it was something that just came naturally to me. I made my own clothes. Everyone wanted what I was wearing, and then boutiques started putting orders in. And because I was self-taught, I knew I had a lot of knowledge I had to learn. So that's when I went to Paris.
And where did you study there?
At the Paris American Academy, and my lecturers were Karl Lagerfeld, Sonia Rykiel, Chantal Thomas, Keith Varity from Byblos, just amazing lecturers. Also Jean-Jacques Picard, who was the attaché de presse for Kenzo. Kenzo was, I think, designing clothes for Target type stores, and an attaché de presse puts designers on the map. So he moved from working with Kenzo to Christian Lacroix.
Wow, and you've had 5 decades in the industry, and you've done so many things other than designing fashion. You've done many other things as well, haven't you?
Well, I did have a restaurant for 9 years, and I was the chef in the restaurant with my first husband, and that was something that I enjoyed at the time, but I was also designing clothes for boutiques and wholesaling at the same time.
Yeah, and you've done some wardrobes for celebrities and TV and film, so tell us about that. What have you done there?
Well, I've designed wardrobes for movies, which is wonderful. They send you the script, then you go out on location, you get the feel for the garment and the scene, and I find that really exciting. I've designed wardrobes for TV shows, rock bands, stage productions.
What's been your favourite? What's been the highlight of your career?
Oh my goodness. There have been so many highlights. I'm always invited to the LIZ Couture show in Paris, which of course we didn't go to this year, which was quite upsetting. Oh my goodness, there have been so many highs. A job I had that was just so much fun was the costumes for the Rocky Horror Show, and it was great getting the grommets right on the corsets for Frankenfurter in that. Right now I take my designs on location, mostly on the Turkish Riviera, and we do photo shoots there. That's a lot of fun. Really enjoy that. And really there's too many highs to pinpoint.
Yeah. What is it that inspires you in your fashion when you're creating your designs? What are you thinking and feeling?
Most importantly, it has to be easy to care for, drip dry, I don't iron.
Love that.
And so everything has to be able to travel easily. And I know we're on standby with travel, but people are still buying my reversible clothing because they can turn it inside out. It's a completely different look.
Yes.
And they're getting 2 for 1. And they're watching their wallets, watching their pennies, and it's a highly successful range.
Yeah. And now, over your lifespan that you've been in the fashion industry, we've had lots of challenges, not only economic ones, but I'm sure you've had personal challenges. How have you managed to adapt and evolve through the eras of time?
I see a silver lining in everything, and I think it's the people that go into a slump and sit on their pity pot that can't move ahead with clarity. Whereas if I have a challenge, I leap forward. Now with COVID, everyone is closing their businesses, and with my exclusive showroom here on the Gold Coast, there wasn't any point in opening. But I saw the viability of opening a store in Brisbane in a shopping centre because there was foot traffic, people were out. And so I opened an exclusive clothing store up there, and it is phenomenal. It's going very well. So it's just evolving, changing, pivoting, just looking for the silver lining in everything that you do, and staying positive.
Yes, so important. But COVID wasn't your first challenge. Looking back over the decades, what were some of the other challenges where you had to adapt to and then pivot in your business?
Well, there were many in my life, but in business, in the late 80s, I was designing $10,000 couture gowns that I was selling in Beverly Hills, Worth Avenue in Florida. Celebrities were knocking on my door wanting their special event dressing. Everything was rocking and rolling, and we had a market crash. And that is when I went into uniforms. There was a market I saw, and I designed uniforms for luxury hotels and resorts, cruise ships, theme parks. I actually designed the uniforms for Hamilton Island for 10 years. And it was quite different to designing couture gowns with $500 a metre fabrics. But at the same time, you have to do a swivel shift and move ahead.
Yes, and you've got to act fast, don't you, in these changing times. Be willing to just say, that's not working, what can I do that is going to work, and just give it a go.
That's exactly right.
So during COVID, many fashion retailers have collapsed. So how has LIZ CLIFT International been able to survive through COVID?
Well, I think the fact that I'm not a chain store and I don't have thousands of staff members, and major chains have closed all over the country, and some smaller boutiques have closed because they're not getting the supplies in. And I have very good contacts in Europe, and I've got like a 5-day delivery from Paris and Italy, so I've been able to stay afloat with new arrivals coming in, as well as my own range that I design.
Yeah, you're a great inspiration to all women in business, or anyone in business. But what would you say is the key to success?
Adaptability. It's just staying positive, being passionate about what you do is the main thing. If you don't like what you do, give up. It's just evolving and being optimistic.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Liz, for sharing your story.
Thank you.